system, and we're gonna try it out the first night. This is my pad that I've already had. It's the Klymit Static V, and it is 20 ounces in weight, and it's got an R value of 4.4, and I've used it in temperatures down to 15 degrees. I haven't tried it lower, so I'm not sure how well it'll do, but it does well down to that, I know for sure. And then in the mail this week, well, today we got this sleeping bag liner, and it is the Summit Thermolite Reactor. Let's see, the packaging says that it can give you an extra 25 degrees of warmth. And we'll be testing that. This is 14 ounces. It feels just like t-shirt material, but it's got this drawstring, and we decided to pair it with this that also came in the mail this week. We've been researching them for a while, trying to figure out what the best solution for us is, and we are going to try this. It's the Sol Escape Bivy Lite. It does not have the zippers at the top, and it's lightweight, and it, like, the noise isn't super bad, so it's not going to keep me up at night. And this is 5.5 ounces, and we decided to go with it because we were looking at the disposable ones, and we had just heard that those are really just a one-time use, and we wanted something that we could use more than once. And so I am going to try this tonight, this system, and it's funny because I ordered them all completely separate. Like, I've had this for a year. I used to have a different Klymit that wasn't insulated, but I've been loving this one for backpacking. But they're all orange, so I'm not gonna lose them. So what I'm gonna do tonight is just in the house, because it's totally spur of the moment. I am going to get in this, and then slip in this, and sleep on the pad, and just see how comfortable it is and how warm I am just in the house. And then soon we will take it outdoors and see how it does. And then I also want to try, like, maybe sleeping in my quilt inside this. One of the great things about this bivy is that it's supposed to be waterproof and breathable, so you won't get a lot of condensation inside. So I'm curious to see if I can get my my quilt in there, because if I could use this inside a quilt inside this, I think I could weather some pretty cold temperatures. But I wanted a light system to keep in my search and rescue pack, so that it can just always be in there, and I don't need to worry about the extra weight. All of this put together is less than 2.5 pounds. So I don't feel bad about that, having that in my pack at all, to have really a shelter. I've got a tarp too, so I can put the tarp over all of this and be comfortable. We'll see how comfortable. I don't know. Maybe it'll just keep me alive. We'll see. So my front room sleepover was a couple nights ago, and I thought I'd, while I was out here walking, just kind of do a rundown of how it went. Started out okay. I noticed I can still sleep on my side, just not a lot of arm room in that bivy. About 4:30 in the morning, I got a little bit cool. We had the windows open and it started out about 65 degrees and got a little bit cooler. And by 4:30, I needed to pull my quilt over me. I just had my camping quilt ready to go just in case. Another thing I noticed, just the pad. I don't know, I'm not old, but I'm old enough to have, like, my hips and shoulders don't love to sleep on the ground anymore. So it was just a little rough with that. All in all, it's comfortable. The bivy didn't make too much noise. The whole setup wasn't super warm, but especially if you had insulation from the ground, it would keep you okay. It'd be great, I think, for the warm summer months when it's like 70 a night. It'd be perfect. I'd love to sleep out under the stars with that lightweight situation in my pack. It's good, but if it's gonna get colder than, well, for me, because I like to be warm, so a comfortable situation, I wouldn't take it camping if it was gonna be colder than like 60, 62 at night. But for survival, I don't know, maybe you could be good down to freezing. Another thing though, is I only had on a t-shirt and some leggings. So if I'd been up in the hills, I'd have my pack with some insulating layers. So that would take the temperature down quite a bit to be comfortable. Probably another 10 degrees. So I could sleep with my camping insulating layers probably down to 52 maybe. That's another test, I guess. So there you have it for my first trial with that bivy and sleeping bag liner and the pad. I think it'll be okay in my pack.